What do you got for us?
Ugh.
Something exciting? I've been
It's
flying
so
too much,
exciting.
Clacker.
No, I drove. I just been driving.
That's true. That's true. Driving, flying. We will be flying very soon, though, and that is to our California events this weekend. So you can join us at Mare Island. That's in Vallejo. That is on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, you can join us in San Diego at Brickmania Miramar. Both of those events will run 11 to 2. We do have some awesome releases debuting for the special weekend.
We don't have the mini kit.
We don't have the mini kit yet. No, we'll be bringing them out there with us.
Yes.
I do want to add the caveat. These will be debuting at each event. So if you try to go to Miramar on Saturday, we're at Mare Island. So they won't be there yet. So
we are bringing them.
Exactly. they show up with us. So they will be there at Mare Island on the 3rd and Miramar on the 4th.
Hope the planes aren't late.
Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully we'll be there on time.
No delays.
It's definitely going to be a rush weekend. Remember, too, the first 100 people through the door at each event are going to be eligible for a $250 gift card drawing. Depending on the attendance of the event,
it'll be at noon. We'll
do it at noon. So
that's what we did at GHQ, and it worked.
Yeah, we want you to be able to spend it while you're there and not have to, hang out and wait and hope, and then just have your heart broken.
Late, I have to come back tomorrow to pick it up. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
We'll get it. We're going to announce it within an hour. Within the hour of opening. So if we don't have 100 people, that means your chances of
just increased.
Yeah.
So these, like I said, are going to be debuting at the events themselves, along with the mini kit. The mini kit and the figure are a bundle. The brick will be available standalone or free with a $50 purchase. Those are going to be Road store exclusive. They will head to the other retail stores after this weekend's event. However,
a few.
Oh, yeah, whatever's left. But they'll be available in stores once we can get more production rolling too. However, those of you who are going, oh my gosh, all this awesome stuff happening on the West Coast, how do I get in on May the 4th? Well, don't worry, we've got a gift with purchase that's going to run hopefully all month, or at least while supplies last. I've got the Waves figure plus one torso showcasing the
disembodied torso.
Yeah, I know, the Galactic pack. So this bad boy is a pack of 5 perfect calibers that'll be free with $250 plus purchases. Like I said, while supplies last.
These are from a galaxy far, far away.
Indeed, yeah, you can probably see where some of this inspiration comes from, but it is all original artwork by Slam, and he has really gone all out this time.
So yeah, they are. We've done perfect calibers in this theme before, but never these weapons. These are unique, and they were character weapons, and they are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are really sweet.
The figure is unreal. Look how vibrant the red printing is on it. We have a new printer. We want to show it off.
Yeah, it looks great.
So, a new toy for the UV folks. That's a printed fabric skirt armor. I'm not sure what it is, but this thing along his waist.
Yep.
That's printed by us. Printed in house. Everything we do is printed in house. So you can't get much more made in
it's
USA
handmade.
than that. Yeah.
It's literally handmade. I mean, right down to the helmet, everything on it is
the armor is made by us.
A piece of art.
course, the Lego is Lego. It comes where Lego comes from. The Lego fairies made the Lego parts. The brick arms are made by Brick Arms. So, but you're getting the top shelf supplies, and then top shelf 3D printing, top shelf UV printing,
artwork,
fabric
everything.
printing. Oh, it's this is kind of like the pinnacle of what Brickmania can do. Plus a custom kit by ASAP that comes with it, the little mini kit with all kinds of printing on it too.
You can say Dan loves it when a fig comes together.
Yeah, well, I get excited because we are constantly investing in upgrades of our equipment. As the old stuff wears out, and we do wear everything out, we wear out our nerves trying to coax this old equipment into continuing to run. So, new printer, we're putting it through its paces. 2 new printers. There's the printer that's printing the fabric. That's a new printer too. So that's all new technology. New laser cutter.
And you can see the culmination of when you put all those assets together. It turns into something really special.
Yeah,
so
this guy, it's just unreal.
Pay attention for more collaborations like that as we move forward into the future. However, this one, like I said, going to be debuting at the events, and then will be a retail Road store exclusive. Moving on from the gift with purchase, if you guys paid attention to the Wednesday email, you'd know that we'd have 2 new pre-orders, or 2 new restock pre-orders back in action, but also kind of a surprise Brickmania launch, like almost out of nowhere.
So I was in Denver for Brick Slopes, Colorado, and Matt from Brickmania happened to be there, and I did a little arm twisting. I mean, I wasn't really arm twisting, but he was happy to give me what he had. But at the end of the show, I was able to scoop up whatever he had left for the Brickmanias that he was selling at the show. Managed to get a little small restock of some of the old stuff, and we got chess pieces now in
A
colors.
big expansion on the chess pieces,
Right,
actually,
we-
color-wise especially.
Yeah, so you're still gonna have to build, get an 8x8 plate, build your own
Mm-hmm.
chessboard. He did not have time to put a bunch of those together for us, but he was able to supply us with the new. This is Wave 2, so
Mm-hmm.
the only way you could get any of this stuff here, these little brick minis here,
Kickstarter, right.
was his Kickstarter. That's in the past. Matt's a busy guy, so he hasn't been able to get these ready for the public. So these aren't packaged yet for retail. So you're just going to get a bag of parts, basically. This will come in a clamshell. So what did you call this one here?
So these are two separate products that you're looking at here in addition to the reloads that we made. So this is the new Brick Mini Battle Pack, which is just kind of an inclusion of a lot of the stuff that was the chases in their Kickstarter. And then this is the Brick Mini Full Squad Pack, which is a complete wave in the color of your choice of the new poses that he brought into Wave 2.
Right. We have 5 colors. This one in 5 colors. The battle pack. It has the Jeep, and I have the Jeep set up. You can kind of see it. There's a guy sitting there in the back of the machine gun. You also get an extra roof piece. So
Yeah.
You take the guns off, take the guy out of the back, and you can put the little roof
Little
on
canvas
it.
on there?
Yeah, the windshield actually pops
So
up.
cute.
And then there's a motorcycle. The motorcycle with sidecar. I mean, you could take the sidecar off. You could have one rider. You can. It's pretty posable. It's amazing. 3 guys on the sidecar. A paratrooper. And the paratrooper, it has this sort of brick built stand that it comes with. It doesn't come with this base plate. This
Correct.
this-
Yeah, that is for display in both
Yeah.
instances.
It does come with this though. He gave us almost enough to get one for everyone, and I was able to rummage through our supplies and find enough for the rest. But you do get this stand, but you have the paratrooper. Paratrooper is actually, you have to put this all together. So paratrooper's in his sling. It does all come apart. So he's here, like pop him out. So the paratrooper, it does actually come out of his little harness here. Oh. Big hammy hands. So you do have the paratrooper. You can take this the figure carrier off him. You can put just pretty much any figure in there. There is this little
The guy with his arms up. Ah!
yeah, the injured guy on the ground. Oh, I stuck this on here. Probably stuck it down a little too hard. There's a little adapter piece that you can stick on top of a box. Like a 1x1 brick or something, and then you can have cargo coming out of your parachute.
Oh, sure.
So it adapts so
Cool.
that you can either have your figure, which you just pop.
You can do a supply drop too. That's smart. I like that.
Or
Good
you
job,
can
man.
stick it on the Jeep or something like that. So we had a Jeep accident. We don't want that Jeep. So then you do have this piece, so you can have your paratrooper landing. So all of this is one pack, one price. It's not super cheap, but then again, if you were to buy all these parts individually,
Well, you can't even.
yeah, you can't.
they're still, yeah.
We only have this in 3 colors.
Yes.
So actually,
Or
this
4,
portion,
I think?
this portion's in 5. You got dark gray, dark green,
OG or olive green is what he calls it, right?
yeah, olive green,
Light bluish gray.
no,
No, dark bluish gray.
Yep, dark bluish gray, and then dark tan.
And then dark tan. Okay.
So you have 5 colors. This for now for the squad pack, we only have 3 colors. We have dark green, olive green, and this green, the Army Man,
The Army Man
Lego
green.
Army Man. I know it's not Lego. It's the classic Army Man green,
Yeah.
but it's just Lego green. So those are the 2 packs. These are like I said, they're not. They don't have like retail packaging. You're just basically
Right.
going to get a bag of parts. You got to put it all together. You do get all these guys. I mean, this is pretty intense. I love those little mortar.
Absolutely.
and
You can imagine all the battle dioramas you could make with a couple of packs of these and a couple of different sides. I mean, it'd be like literally playing with the old green and tan army men in the sandbox
they're
again.
perfect for micro brick battle. So if you want to use the infantry rules from the micro brick battle, it's the 3rd rule book has the infantry rules. You want to put some of these guys on a 4x4 round plate. It's the perfect
Have a little
size.
squad, yeah.
You could have a squad. Each guy can represent two figures, two players. You could have a full squad if you wanted. But that's highly recommended. If you want to take advantage of the new infantry rules for micro brick battle, this is it. Or just set up a diorama.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're the cutest thing ever. And
They're really cute.
I should be saying it about toy soldiers, but yeah, they are.
They're adorable. They're fun to play with and exclusively available online for us right now. So that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt, for letting us get these.
Yeah, a good pickup. Okay, so now we've got heading on to pre-order stuff for time's sake. We're going to check in with Andreas. He's got a couple of builds for us. One of them is the Tilly, and the other is a Classic Series Universal Carrier. So Andreas, go ahead, take it away.
Hey guys, it's Andreas here, back with 2 new pre-orders to show you this week. It is a British week because we have 2 new British vehicles to show you. So this is the Tilly, brand new design, a utility truck, and we have a recolor of the Universal Carrier from the Classic series. So let's take a closer look at it. So there are two new pre-orders this week, the Tilly utility truck, which is a brand new design, and we do have a recolor of the Classic series Universal Carrier. Both are British. We are leaning into the Battle of Britain theme right now, and the Tilly truck definitely would fit that theme. So let's take a closer look at this one first. This is the Tilly utility truck, British World War II truck. Keep in mind this is a prototype. Take a look at the renders if you want to see how the real one will turn out. So it is a utility truck from the late 30s, part of the motorization of the British Army after using horses and such. They are now more reliant on motorized vehicles. So it is definitely on the smaller side, especially when you compare it to the GMC CCKWs, and even the Blitz, Opel Blitz trucks are bigger than this one. But it is a nice little truck, nice price point for a kit like this. You do get the canvas. This is just a paper that I made, so the real one will have a nicer looking canvas. This is just for my prototype for measuring and stuff. So canvas do open, you can pull down the door, and in here you can fit some cargo, perhaps some troops, and you do have room for one minifigure in here. It is a very small truck, so it's very hard to actually fit a couple figures. So opening door, you can take the figure out. This is not the figure that it comes with, but the figure that it does come with is a certain royal character that is seen in some propaganda photos where she's working on this as a mechanic. So we wanted to bring that to this kit. Yeah, nice little kit, good price point. Let's take a closer look at the Universal Carrier. So this is the Universal Carrier Mark II. When I say Mark II, that is not because it's the second Classic series. It is because it is the Mark II model. One of the biggest changes of the Mark I to the Mark II is that it does have a tow hitch. So if you do have any of our artillery pieces, you can pull it behind there. This is known as the Bren Carrier because it does have a Bren gun in the front, and it also will have a Bren gun in the back. I just didn't have a second one for my prototype. So again, look at the renders, what it's going to look like. You do get two Classic figures that are in the European theater, and you will also get markings, unit markings as stickers for Canadian and British forces. So if you want to do the European theater, they will also work as either British or Canadian troopers. This is not my original design. It is an evolution of Dan's and Cody's and all the other Universal Carriers that have come before. So just minor changes. You do have a printed part for the rear wheel, as well as the headlight will be a print, and the can on the top there, that is a small storage can. Here you can see how I was able to fit two minifigures in there. When you place the Bren gun, do be careful because this is kind of an illegal technique that does put a bit of stress on that clip piece. So just be careful when you place that in there. Don't push too hard or you might snap the clip piece. As you can see, this is how you fit the figures in there. You have to have your driver like this, one arm up, one arm down, slide him in there. It's kind of, I don't know if it's hard to put him in there, but this is kind of the proper way to put him in there. So just showing you how you can actually fit two figures in here. So just like that, you do fit two figures in the front, and you do have room for at least a couple guys, probably like 4 guys in the back here, with the gun as well. So I'm also going to show you, you do have the clip on the back here, and you might be wondering, what is that clip for? Well, if you have any rifles or Thompson or any other gun, you can store them in there nicely. So that is just a nice little additional feature for this kit. Pretty cool, really classic color style with the gray Universal Carrier, and with a couple nice classic figures. So yeah, stay tuned to the website and back to the studio.
All right, thank you very much, Andreas. Up next is our getting ready to ship soon to online orders and retail stores. You guys may have noticed we haven't been doing a ton of limited edition recently. However, this is indeed a limited edition release.
It is. And there are a few left.
Yes.
Which is actually, we made
Pretty
a little
lucky.
extra just to make sure that, the people who were like on the fence,
Had a little bit more of a runway.
Right. So, because there's been times in the past like, oh, that's really cool. I wish I would have bought one. So we are all those people. You have one last chance to not live in regret. So it's the Sheridan, Desert Storm era Sheridan, M551, I believe, something like that.
Yep, M551A1.
Yeah, M551A1. A1 being the upgraded version that's survived into the 90s. So 82nd Airborne.
Right, that was an upgrade for this kit when it was in pre-order phase. Can still get that upgrade if you want. The remainders will now be available from Friday at 8 a.m.
That's this
online.
Let's stop that. So.
Yeah, because that's a really sharp looking figure.
Yeah, this is one of the best. So 82nd Airborne, we've been sort of fixated on the 101st. It's Battle of the Bulge. It's just been a thing. So of course the common request is 82nd Airborne. So okay, here we have 82nd Airborne, and this is unique. They were the only unit to have the Sheridan in Desert Storm.
Okay.
And of course we had to make some infantry to go with it. So,
Absolutely.
these did actually fight in combat. So they it's compared to the Abrams and the Bradley that got all the attention. These were. It was kind of the last hurrah of the Sheridan, but they actually were able to use their rockets, their missiles for the first time and last time in combat during Desert Storm.
Well, and if you haven't yet, look up a video of it of them getting airdropped. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Just scoot down one. Yeah, it's pretty wild to see. So they were some tough machines, that's for sure.
Andrea made this prototype. I mean, he designed the whole model, and the printing on there is something else. There's lots of printing.
Big damage ink. Love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, on the barrel. So printed barrel, great detail on that. Lots of hatches and other details that are printed. So, definitely a top tier kit. And if you have a Desert Storm collection, you definitely want to get this because you're not going to get another chance.
Right. Your next chance would be the Vault or maybe a Holly's Hall. So yeah, I would say that
Holly's Hall in a year, the
Yeah.
Vault shortly after, maybe. So
if you want to get your hands on this, go ahead and do it now, especially because it's shipping, getting ready to go.
yeah,
Then you don't even have to wait that
It'll
long.
be at Brickmania stores. Of course, don't forget you can use your calendar coupons. And if you don't know what the calendar coupon is, go to the Brickmania blog, brickmaniatoys.com.
It'll be pinned.
The blog goes back like 14 years or something. It's like you can scroll if you've got time to kill and want to look at a lot of cool old stuff. Scroll back through the blog because it's like one continuous long blog roll going back in time like 14 years.
It's true. It's true. So, and again, the 82nd Airborne will also be shipping online and to retail stores as well, so you can pick that up. For the classic builders, we've got some torso offerings. I did put one together just so I can show you guys kind of how it works.
It's got suspension.
So we have both the,
Yeah, I'll get them out of the way.
it's all good. We've got both the red coat.
I'm just excited.
You should be. It's an awesome build. Both the red coat and the Colonial available this week.
That's just a torso, right?
I was going to say that's what I want to clarify here. So this is what you're actually getting in both instances, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what it takes to be able to just take one of these torsos and turn it into a figure. We do sell that printed tricorn hat on brickmania.com as well. So basically with that torso and that hat, all you are is one of your heads and a pair of white legs away from being able to army build a pretty significant portion at an excellent price. And if you are one of those people who really despises stickers, you get the benefit of having the printing there as well.
Yeah, we do have sticker packs for both. Sticker packs are the cheapest way.
It's the most efficient way to do it, especially if you're
Right.
building lots. But I know there's some people who are like, can't do it. Sorry.
Right.
So there you go. You've got some torsos available as well. Let's move into the stuff that was so along with this that launched on on Wednesday. We also had some new pre-orders. Calling the final batch on the Frogfoot.
Yes, we're going to make one. This is one last chance. I mean, it came out almost like 6 months ago, something like that.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Because the
Oh, it's
SU-27
wide.
came out before. More recently than that.
Yeah, so like a year ago, I think. So there are people asking for more, so we're going to give you one last chance. It is a Ukraine benefit. I don't have the updated numbers yet.
Sure.
Haven't been updated for a few months, but it's still we're still raising money for Ukraine. It's not the fight is not over. And we're going to keep donating to the defenders of Ukraine as long as we have to.
And then the SOF operator, also Ukraine benefit, that will be pre-ordering on Wednesday as well. Remember, all of the benefits for these products are going to Wingman for Ukraine And if you don't know what they're about, give them a Google because they do some important work.
There's links on our site.
Absolutely. Police Spinner is back as well on pre-order on Monday. That's on Monday now, where we're moving on from from Wednesday to Monday. And then we also have the Special Forces Humvee. Both of those are going to be back in action. And then we've got some stuff getting ready to ship. And I'm sorry to say, the final batch of the Blackhawk sold out in pre-order.
It did sell.
It's done.
I have a couple for the road store, so
Okay.
I won't have one I won't have one at the next show. That's in Portland. There's still. I'm leaving before the batch is done. So sorry, but it means I will have a couple at World, or at least one at World War Break, maybe two.
Yep, and GHQ might have one and stuff at that point as well. So
Yeah, the stores will probably have
get to the retail
but that's
stores,
it.
and
That's
then
it.
we're done.
You can get some Rangers still, and I believe the Humvee last batch is coming as well.
Okay,
So
if
that-
not already out. Actually, I think that already happened.
Did
I
it?
think it's still on pre-order. I don't know if I think that was a couple of weeks ago, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, but we're moving on. That was a couple of years ago. We've
Yep.
had this particular Blackhawk. It's time for a new Blackhawk, which is
Always
out with
exciting.
the new. Yeah, we can't have like 5 Blackhawks. It's really confusing.
Also, final batch for the T-28. However, there are still some of those available online. That was a pretty limited run in the sense that it got kind of one batch, one restock, and now is on its final batch. So if that was something that you were like, they never do Winter War stuff, I gotta have it.
Or
Well,
any early. Even
That's true.
Early Barbarossa. It would be appropriate. So.
yeah, mod T-38, so that's available as well. Sherman Firefly, that'll be ready to ship as well. The accompaniment with that T-28 is the Soviet Union Winter War Soldier. That'll be ready to ship as well. Modern Marines are back, and Battle of the Bulge Panzer Grenadiers.
Yes.
Very popular figures.
Yes. Of course.
They
You
work.
can't have enough. The
Exactly.
Battle of the Bulge 101st and the Panzer Grenadiers.
Panzer Grenadier, absolutely.
not enough.
Both Civil War Union and Confederate torsos are back. The leftover Delta Force operators that didn't sell out with the Black Hawk will be available. We've got some.
Not many.
Yeah, no, most people do that up. If you're going to buy a Black Hawk anyways, might as well get the whole thing. We got some printed elements back. We have the Here German side cap, the Tropical Field Cap. That's the one with the goggles on it. And then we also have the German side cap. That's the Tiger Crewman.
These are the printed versions.
Exactly.
You're not.
Yes,
You're not
they're printed
they're not
elements.
plain. These are actually printed.
Yep.
And we're trying to extend the hours of our print team. They're graciously working different hours. Some guys are working late, coming in early, working weekends in order to get more printed stuff. So we know we can't make enough, and it's like we're trying to push the limits of how much we can get out of these machines.
It's a constant demand. Ukrainian Rifleman, that one is getting ready to ship. That one did pre-order along with the modern LAFD Firefighter. However, those did sell out in their pre-order. So they'll be in stores. Dan might have some for the road stores.
I think I sold my last one.
I was
I don't know if
otherwise-
I ordered from the second batch. It's hard to predict what's going to be popular, and the problem is I hit the road. Somebody will say, hey, "I want those." They'll clean me out, and then I go to get more. Like, well, that was it.
It's all
I
gone.
only buy from the Brickmania inventory what I think is realistic to sell within the next month. Or two. There's no point in me holding on.
Just
to
having a bunch of it, especially when it could be online.
Yeah.
And then a figure I didn't expect to see back, really. I guess I don't know why, but the Chairman of Desert Storm. Awesome little combo. If you haven't picked up your Shearden yet, go ahead and get your
I wanted
get your Chairman. That's a great figure.
There was news reports that he was erased from the DoD website.
Oh,
so I'm
sure.
like, let's unerase
Let's
him.
unerase that. Yeah, well, I can support that because he definitely was.
Because that's the kind
chairman
of people
Desert
we
Storm.
are here. Vindictive. And we like the chairman. He was a great guy.
Absolutely. I think he did a lot of important things for America. Okay, so that completes the rundown for Monday, but you are taking off again let's after this
The trip's coming up. So
Portland,
Portland, Oregon, that's Bricks Cascade. That's 2 weeks.
the 17th and 18th.
Yes. So not the week after the California.
Yes, right, but the weekend
California
after
events,
that.
yeah. So then it's going to be a little bit of a break from the road because I'm going to be back here getting ready for
World War Brick.
So
Yep.
World War Brick will be the first event we do in June.
If you haven't yet, make sure you head over to worldwarbrick.com. One, because we have an overview of some of the stuff going on, or some of the info you need to know for World War Brick 2025. And also, just recently, we posted a rundown of the activities. Now, the activities don't have time slots yet, but it is going to be a mega thread. We'll continue to update it as we get the schedule fleshed out and all that stuff. So check back there, see what you might want to sign up for, circle some stuff, and then wait for some more info, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, I mean It's
here.
Yeah, we have stuff coming. I mean, it's on the amount of like preparation that goes on before we can even say, "Hey, this is in the public." You know, it's behind the scenes. It's all happening. So
Yep, we'll pull it off like we do every year, and we look forward to seeing you there.
yeah, and hopefully not the last one we do in the warehouse, but you never know.
Yep.
I mean, we're trying to do as much stuff in house as possible. Always are. And it's getting harder and harder to move stuff out of the warehouse to make room for you guys. So can't say for sure where we're going to be in 2026. We'll have to make that decision once some of this new equipment starts eating up floor space.
There's some nice ballrooms around here. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out.
I think we should do it in Vallejo or there's plenty of places we could do it. You know, they've been screaming for one on the East Coast. I think New York City Javits Center. I think Madison Square Garden. Yeah, why not? We can always dream, right?
You heard it here first. World War Brick 2028.
Yeah,
Madison
you know,
Square Garden.
We'll open a store in Manhattan. It'll be the size of my closet,
Yeah, right.
and I probably still couldn't afford it.
It'll just be Dan turning around and handing you sets.
It'll be a little slot in the wall. Hey, I want blah blah blah. And your hand comes out, and there's your
New York pizza, Brickmania, Euros. It's just a little window.
the pickup window.
There you go.
Manhattan. Yeah.
Stay tuned for more ridiculous.
Rockefeller Center. The alley behind Rockefeller Center.
Thank you for watching. The alley behind Rockefeller.
That's where the Lego store is.
Perfect.
Not in the
That's
alley,
perfect.
though.